What is going on, fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money on the Training Podcast. It's your boy, B Mark, and I'm joined by my business partner, Cole Lewis da Silva. What's up, dog?
What's going on, G? How are you?
Feel a lot better. I woke up like fucking feeling like I had a rock in my stomach. I slept until 9 a.m., but other than that, I'm doing good.
Perfect. I'm literally in the most calm fucking Zen state in the entire world. Not only have I beat the shit out of my body today with regular training, with like bodybuilding and boxing, but then because my body's like so stiff and like how much I'm actually destroying my body, Julia's like, you are coming to yoga now. So now I'm doing yoga every Wednesday. Bro, I just fell asleep. It was hilarious. I'm like, I fucking was like, we like moved into one pose. And then Julia was doing her thing, and then she like looks over at me, and I'm just like fucking face just in the mat to myself. I'm like, this is great, little warm room. All right, there we go.
Are we going to yoga or are we taking a
I got
nap?
like the
Who knows?
deepest stretch ever because I like was mid stretch and then fell asleep. So like my whole body just relaxed into it. My hips feel the fucking best they've felt all week. It's great.
Is it both hips or was it one hip?
Dude, it's my right hip. It's fucking horrible.
So your right hip feels super relaxed and your left hip's
Yeah, my
all
left
cramped
hip's
up.
still super tight. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's because I got into the one side and then they switched the other side, did the whole thing. I just fucking slept through it all. Fucking it was like 15 minutes of just stretching on one side.
That's fucking funny. I like it. All right, guys. So if you're new to the podcast, welcome. You just fucking stumble onto a gold mine. I'm also going to just drop this link in here. If you haven't gotten your tickets to WealthCon, fucking do it. If you're in PODCHATS, Cole and I are going to be there. I actually just did a live stream with Ryan Pineda yesterday, Cole, and Ryan said he's going to swing by at the penthouse. Not only is he going to swing by, though, he said he's going to bring some of the speakers. So if you guys want to come hang out with me, Cole, Ryan Pineda, K Mark, and a bunch of our $1 Million Mastermind and 10K Mastermind students, then get your tickets to the penthouse. You guys can still get one. I just drop the link in the chat box on PodChats. If you get a ticket on PodChats, come back to the chat and say, I fucking got one so I can celebrate you. Without further ado, this is PodChats. We let our clients ask us questions. And the first one up is Bray Lynn. What's up, Bray?
Hello, how are you?
Best day of my life now. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so my thought process in this question. Also, I want to say Cole looks like that, that meme with the guy with the black glasses that are like slowly coming up. Oh, Quincy knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know, but thank you.
Okay, I'll just send it to you and you can laugh later. Fuck my life. Anyways, okay, I'm thinking about doing some form of like group coaching in the sense of it being like an 8-week thing, and I do group coaching calls every single week for 8 weeks. Essentially, I do like at-home workouts or group or gym workouts, teach them about nutrition, all those things, but it's more like group focused for the new year. I just wanted to know like your thoughts on it, run it by you.
What would be the difference between what you're doing and what you want to do?
What I'm doing right now currently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only difference would be it would be at a lower cost and I wouldn't be doing weekly check-ins with them. I would be doing group coaching calls with like check-in focus, but then also teaching them something in the call.
The only thing I'm going to say is like, so are you going to be, are they still going to be required to take photos on a weekly basis, etc.?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it could work. I think that there's going to have to be heavy incentive for them to check in though, because if they're not getting check-ins from you, like they're not getting a response from you, then there's going to have to be heavy incentive to check in. Like maybe you could attach a prize package at the end of that 8 weeks. And by the way, before I give you advice, everybody that's listening to this, Bray, how much are you making right now?
I'm at least making 10 plus a month.
Okay. So unless you're making over $10,000 a month, fucking disregard this advice, please, because I don't want somebody making $1,000 a month to be like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to fucking do that because I don't want to do check-ins. Don't do it. You are making over $10,000 a month. So I will give you this advice. Any sort of group coaching program where there's no like one-on-one accountability, I think you'd have to have some sort of heavy incentive to check in, because like the likelihood that they're just going to want to check in on their own, especially when they're not getting a response from you, is low. And I know that you're going to offer the group coaching calls, but just because you offer them doesn't mean that people are going to show up. And if they don't show up to the calls and they're not checking in, they're not going to get results, and that's going to come back on you. So maybe you have a prize package attached that's like worth it. Like at the end of the challenge, one person wins X dollars or whatever. Yeah. That to me seems like and like part of the rules to win the prize package is you have to check in to every week. And even if you don't do awesome, like the goal isn't to do awesome every check-in. The goal is to always check in.
You mean always do the group coaching calls? Is that what you mean? Like always
group coaching calls, but like submit check-in photos.
Oh, check-in photos. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say attendance on the group calls would be one of the requisites, but obviously life happens and people aren't going to attend every single one. But you can say like showing up to 80% of the group coaching calls, like as many as you possibly can. But one of the big requisites is engagement in the group and submitting your check-in photos on a weekly basis, whether or not you want to.
Yeah. Okay. That's helpful. Cool.
Just trying to think through anything else.
I really didn't have like, I haven't, this has been like a 24-hour thought. So And I was like, oh, PODCHATS is today, so I may as well just raise my hand.
Yeah, the biggest thing that you're going to run into is clients not following the program because they're not getting checked in with. So if you can solve that problem by incentivizing them to check in, that would be good. I also think that it should be like a community focused thing, because if you make it a community focused thing and the community's fucking lit, then it won't be as much of a takeaway if you're not checking in with them, because the community's going to be fucking popping.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. I have a few like OG of my clients that I work for. They've been paying clients before, but now they've hit a year, and I just keep them in my community as like almost like a pump up. Yeah, a leader in my community. And they work with me for free, but they only get like monthly check-ins from me now. And I like barely have to work with them. So maybe I could bring them into the group coaching.
That's an absolutely stellar idea.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're
Cool.
welcome.
I'll send you that meme.
Okay.
Can you post in the academy and tag both of us, please? I want to see the meme too. Sammy, what's up?
Hello. How are you?
Best day of our lives. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad that it's been raining like hectic, so I got to go for a walk today, so that was a nice win, which was good. But I actually have like 2 real wins in my business side of things. One is that I re-signed a client like for another 16 weeks, and she's had amazing results, and a phone call that I had with her leads into my question. And then another one is I signed a client from my 14-day challenge so far.
Love that.
Which is awesome. But so to my question is, this phone call that I had with the girl, that one of my clients that I just re-signed, she gave me some feedback that was like so heartwarming. I actually could have probably cried if I was that kind of person. It was like mainly that she just found that for me, she was really nervous about getting a coach, and she found me really authentic and real and not fake like she sees on other coaches. And I've never met her before. It's literally just through social media that she's like known me. And so just the fact that she said all these really like nice things about my coaching approach and things, and I was just like, oh my God, yay, thank you. Like I didn't expect that to be a reason why you wanted to work with me, which was really cool. And I've obviously asked her to do a testimonial, and I'm going to get her to do the testimonial referral and those things that you do teach in the trainings. It's a basic question, but I feel like you guys always throw really good tidbits at even basic questions. So my thing is, how can I really like show that and use her testimonial without now looking fake and being like, oh, look at me? Like, what's your opinions on that?
Go ahead, Cole.
Why do you think you would look fake? I'm confused.
I just don't want to be too advertising and like, this is what my client said, this is this. Whereas I am stoked by what she said, and it was just so heartwarming. So I'm just not sure how to balance the two of not being advertising, but still being like, this is amazing.
Can I be blunt with you, Sammy?
Absolutely, always.
What the fuck do you mean not be advertising? That makes no sense. It's literally just share your opinion and be you. Like you literally just said she complimented you for being you. And then you're like, you pour your heart out to us, and then you're like, okay, now how do I share it without being advertising? You just pick up your phone and you're like, I got the most crazy fucking message today that almost made me fucking cry, and I want to share it with you guys because this is why I got into coaching. And then bam, you share it.
Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be.
There's no such thing as being advertising. You guys aren't a fucking Coca-Cola commercial. Like you're just talking and showing your stuff online, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That was a lot less aggressive than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, no, like it's like you guys overthink this shit, and you're like, how do I not be advertising? Everybody, if you like, what should you stay away from? Google and Coca-Cola and iPhone. Go look up their brands, and that's what you should not do. That's the only way, all right, you will become advertisees if you do shit like Google and Coca-Cola and Apple, because what do? They just show their products and they don't give a fuck about the consumer. They just show all these flashy things like it's going to sell the next person. You just need to do exactly what you just did to us. I got a message today and it was the most heartfelt thing ever. And it fucking like made me feel something in my soul. This is why I got into coaching, and I want to share it with you guys because it means a lot. Bam.
Yeah, easy. I can do that.
I have a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in your coaching service?
Do you know what? I do, in the fact that I'm like sick of getting results, but I also do feel very like, can I really do this? Like I do question myself a lot, and like am definitely still very like, why are people paying me? Like I get really like, oh, I don't know, why are people paying me? Like imposter syndrome. Thank you, whoever, I just saw that. Yeah, I feel very imposter syndrome, even though I know my shit and I am also getting good results with everyone. But
Mm.
yeah, I still feel like I'm like,
So I have a couple things to say. So first things first is you need to sell yourself before you sell anybody else. The reason that you feel advertising is because you haven't sold yourself yet. And so you're afraid that other people are going to be like, why are you selling your coaching service? And the reason you're afraid of that is because you're questioning yourself while you're selling your coaching service. That's why it bothers you what other people think about you promoting your service. Does that make sense?
yes. Yeah,
Like you're like having that battle with yourself in your head. And so the reason you have a hard time like advertising how good it is because you haven't convinced yourself how good it is yet. And so if somebody were to come to you and be like, why the fuck are you being so advertising? You would be like, oh my God, you're right. I shouldn't be, because that's what you're thinking in your head. Make sense?
yeah, for sure.
Okay. So step number one, this is for all of you guys. If you have imposter syndrome, this is for you. Step number one, collect evidence that you're lying to yourself. Here's evidence. What did that girl say about your program?
I just got chills.
Thank you.
So
I'm pretty fucking smart. What did that girl say about your program?
well, I think that she enjoys it. She finds it's like she's able to enjoy life still, but her body's already improved. Her confidence has
What did she
improved,
say about you?
that I'm authentic and just like really relatable and like a real person, not just a fake coach. And she can tell that I really care about everyone.
How did that comment make you feel?
Really like validated and like, yes, someone can see me. Because I guess I felt like I was like, yes, someone's actually like seeing what I'm trying to do. And that got me really excited.
Do you care if we go deep? Because I'm about to go deep on you.
Do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I need it.
okay, so pause. We're gonna two things. So we're gonna come back to I'm gonna come back to my series of questions. But you just said the reason that it felt so good is because you're like, finally somebody sees me, right? I think it's time you start seeing your fucking self.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Like it's time that you go look in the fucking mirror and be like, yo, we're doing this shit. Like we're doing it. Yes, we're doing it. We're changing this girl's life. Like when you get that fucking video back, one of the things you said earlier, you're like, if I was the type of person that like would let my emotions in, this might maybe let it make you fucking cry. Maybe it does make you cry, but you're not letting yourself feel it. Like you need to start seeing yourself, like see yourself. The reason that I give myself, like the reason that I'm not like, I will literally promote the Change Eyes Academy all day, every day, because I know for a fact that your guys' money is better off in mine and Cole's hands than other mentors, because I know how much they charge and I know how shitty their program is compared to ours. So it's my responsibility to market as hard as I fucking can every single day, all day, nonstop, because I know that if you guys come into our program, we're going to change your fucking life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
So that's
and I feel that.
No, you do not. Because if you felt it, you'd feel good advertising.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like
I think I know it, but I don't feel it.
It's time to embody it. There's a difference between knowing that you need to fucking put down the Coca-Cola and actually putting down the fucking Coca-Cola. Like a bunch of our clients like know what they need to do to be consistent, but they're not actually fucking being consistent.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I know what I need to do. No, you don't, motherfucker. Otherwise, you'd be putting down the Coca-Cola and you wouldn't be stuffing your face with donuts every single day. I'm not saying that's you, but what I am saying is like, we need to embody it. We need to embody. I'm changing people's fucking lives. I'm going to pause on a rant because Cole's had his hand up for a little while. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm literally just going to add on to it. This is something that I want you guys to write down. I've got two parts to this. Number one, I want you to write fuck what I know in the chat box, because if you knew, you'd already be successful. You see, we all know how to become billionaires. All right. You need to scale a business that is incredibly profitable, keep your fucking profit margins over 30%, and make sure that you are giving a product that is so fucking well known and so beneficial to the individual that they share it out, and the word of mouth is insane. But how many people are in here that are billionaires? Fucking zero. So it doesn't fucking matter what you know. You need to actually implement it. All right. If everybody actually implemented the shit that they knew, then none of you guys would have a job, because everyone knows how to lose weight, eat healthy, and work out. How many of your clients actually do it every day? Right?
Zero.
Exactly. So that's part one. Part two, all right, and it comes back to the validation part of self. Like, Sammy, have you ever had somebody tell you like not to post up your photos and not to show you the video or not to do anything because it's self-centered? No? So I need you to get out of your own head with that same mindset. The reason why I bring this up, and it's just listening to you, so it might be a little bit of an assumption, but I'm curious. Usually why a lot of you guys neglect to believe in self and back your own shit and toot your own horn and fucking pat yourself on the back is due to listening to other individuals' language. So you'll film a video and you'll be super proud of it, but you won't show your friends or your spouse or your family or like fucking stand behind it online, because you don't want to be called self-centered, and it's weird to fucking boast yourself up. Right. And it's weird to accept compliments, and it's weird to allow individuals to fucking put you on the pedestal, right, that they want to because of other individuals' languages. So you need to take a step back and just allow it to happen. You guys will notice, like in my comment section on my videos, if you pay attention, or again on Brian's as well, when we get compliments now, we will thank them instead of just like dropping an emoji or being like, nah, homie, trying to get like you. Right? That's you not accepting the fucking word due to somehow you are feeling a lot inside. Make sense?
Definitely.
So this is fun. Can we stay here? Guys, you know how me and Cole are always like, it's a mindset. Entrepreneurship's a mindset. And a lot of you guys are like, the bullshit, it's a fucking mindset. This is what we're talking about. I'm gonna fucking say something to you, Sammy, and I hope that you like hear this. So please hear this. You could hit $10,000 a month within the next 2 months if you wanted to. But the only way that you're going to do that is by believing with wholehearted conviction that testimonial that you just got, that you can do that with every fucking woman that comes into your program. Because if you honestly believe that, every single woman that comes into your program, you're going to give them the experience of a lifetime, and they're going to have a transformation like that woman. It becomes your obligation to market as hard as you market. I don't know if you guys have been to a fucking newspaper stand recently, but me and Kirsten go there. Every time me and Kirsten are at London Drugs, we always look over at the newspaper stand. It's funny, like, that people are still this stupid, okay? Go to a newspaper stand, and the fucking title on women's health is lose 15 pounds in 2 days with a weight loss injection. I'm like, holy fuck, people are still.
Dude, that's not even, that's like the safe side. Sometimes it's like 40 pounds in a week. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading right now?
That's what people are getting marketed to, and that's what's out there on the internet. And you, Sammy, you have the fucking power in your hands to literally transform women's lives, and you don't want to share it because you don't want to feel advertising. Get it?
Yeah.
It is your obligation to fucking market as hard as you can possibly market. Somebody asked me earlier on a live stream, and they were like, yo, Brian, like, how often should I talk about my products and services? I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to be the best online coach, or do you want to be a mediocre one like everybody else? Because like, I want to be the fucking best business coach of all time, period. So I'm going to talk about my shit all day, every day, 3 times a day, as much as I fucking can, because I know my shit's good. So step number 1, convince yourself that your shit's good. And I want you to collect evidence that you've been lying to yourself. The way that you're going to do that is I want you to go into your program, Sammy. I want you to search for clients that are fucking stoked on your shit. This client was one of them. Go look for some other ones. Go look at some transformations. And then when you collect all those transformations and all that data, I want you to sit there and be like, I fucking did that. I helped these women. I can help more women. It's my responsibility to help more women. And then you just market the fuck out of your service from a place of like, I know my shit's good and I want to help more people.
Yep. It's definitely like, I can get all that evidence. Like, I can already just think of like, oh yeah, I already have this. I've seen this. I've got that. It's just like believing it in in myself. I think I just need to work out how to do that better.
Well,
work on that.
Everybody write this in the chat. Awareness is always step 1. Awareness is always step 1. Your clients, they lose weight when they step on the scale and they're like, holy fuck, I'm 250 pounds. That's step 1, is like the awareness that like, I don't like where I'm currently at and I need to make a change. So for you, Sammy, the awareness that you haven't fully embodied the belief is step 1. Step number 2 is doing the fucking work. Doing the work every day is that like those daily affirmations like, yo, I fucking got this shit. I'm changing women's lives. Doing the work every day, Sammy, is like every day looking for evidence that your clients are crushing. Doing the work every day, Sammy, is also marketing and advertising your services from a place of like, I'm so proud of my girls for absolutely crushing it. I'm so proud of the work that we're doing together. Like, look at this boss B. And you're just like advertising from a place of like, I'm proud of the work that we're doing. Look at this. I'm proud of the work that we're doing. Look at this. And it's like, that's the work. So now that you have the awareness, now you need to do the work. And if you do the work every day with this new awareness, over time, you're going to wake up, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror one day and you're going to be like, holy fuck, I believe in myself.
Yeah. Got it.
Get it?
Yep. I needed that.
Fun.
I knew that I'd get a good depth with just like a simple question, and then I knew it would go.
I honestly had no intention of going that deep until you said what you said. And once you're like, oh, my client saw me, I'm like, oh, it's time for you to start seeing.
I needed it. Thanks, guys.
Cool. I hope you have the best day of your entire life since the day that you were born. I also just want to say one thing. So I actually woke up. This is the true fun fact. I woke up and I had a shitty morning for the first 3.5, 4 hours of the day. I like woke up, something was wrong with my stomach. I'm not going to get into it, whatever the fuck. But at some point in the morning, I literally just decided, I was like, I'm not going to have a shitty day. And I just made a decision that today was going to be the best day of my life. So I want you guys to know, if you're listening to this podcast and you think that mindset is cheesy, at any point in your day, you can literally just shift and make a decision that this is going to be the best fucking day of your life. So I just want to drop that in there for y'all. All right. Anthony, what's up?
So guys, maybe a quick question for you guys, but I'll back up with the win. I signed another client in the last week after initial no, but I didn't like to hear no, so I kept going even after he got off the phone and closed it. Luckily,
Whoa.
maybe not luckily, but so that's a win. So sales question. So more recently, I've been getting price objections, and I work with mainly people that already are pretty health conscious. They just aren't seeing results. So when I'm trying to collect ammo, I'll ask the basics, like how many times you go out to eat, are you drinking, those sort of things. I'll even go to the extent like, oh, what supplements are you taking? Are you using any fitness apps, all that? But I'm not getting a lot of ammo. And so when the objection comes, I don't have a ton to use, but I'm thinking my issue is maybe I have to frame it better where I'm focusing more so on just strictly value. But I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yep. Cole, you want to go first?
Yeah. So this is the thing. Like, if you're not getting enough ammo, quote unquote, if you're not getting a deep enough answer, then either you're talking to individuals that are a little bit farther ahead and are already on a deep fitness journey, meaning they probably aren't doing a lot of shit that is quote unquote bad or considered unhealthy, meaning you need to utilize your knowledge to help them on a deeper level. Because, like, let's be real, guys, if you're just on the phone with a fucking other personal trainer, you can't run them through the regular sales tactics, quote unquote, that you would utilize for an individual who's severely obese. Why? Because they aren't on the same level. Right, you're gonna have to meet this person where they're at. You're gonna have to talk about their fitness journey, talk about how you can help them progress in their journey and like what they want to achieve in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the case may be. So that's the first path that I'm kind of hearing based on what you're saying, maybe, or you're just not asking the right fucking questions and you're not getting in depth with these individuals' emotions. Because I don't know about you, but if I'm talking to fucking Brian and I'm like, all right, homie, like how many times have you worked out in the last couple of months?
More than you.
See, exactly. But when he gives me an answer,
6 times. I work out 6 times a week.
So you work out 6 times a week. How long
Yep.
are you usually training on a daily basis?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half. And have you achieved your goal in the last fucking 2 years?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty decent.
What's your goal?
Right now I want to get to 215 fucking juicy.
And what do you weigh right now?
213 juicy.
213 juicy. So you only want to gain another 2 pounds?
Yeah, but I want to be shredded.
Oh, so you want to be shredded? What's your body fat percentage at right now?
It's around like 8.
Around like 8. So like around like 8 because you look in the mirror and you just made an assumption, or you've actually utilized a machine to be able to calculate that properly?
I've definitely made an assumption.
Okay, dope. So we're probably sitting around 18 to 20, and I don't want to like destroy your dreams, but most individuals can't actually gauge that properly because we're not just talking about regular body fat, we're talking about visceral. Have you ever heard that before?
No.
So this is the thing, Anthony. Like, I'm just going to keep asking questions and I'm going to challenge them on their beliefs. Now, if you're talking to an individual who has no idea what they're doing, all right, let's say Brian's not training at all. I'd be like, Brian, so like how many days on a weekly basis are you training right now?
Twice, maybe.
Okay, so twice a week, that's fine. All right, like when individuals usually start their journey, they don't know what to do, so they kind of just go with what they know in the back of their mind. So what's the goal? What would you like to achieve?
I want to gain 5 pounds of muscle.
Okay, awesome. How long have you wanted to do that?
For the last year.
Lit. Touche. I like that. So we want to put on a little bit of size. Are you looking to get like bigger arms, bigger chest? What's the goal?
Yeah, I want to be able to take my shirt off at the beach and have everybody fucking stare at me like a Greek god.
I'd fucking get that, dude. I'm all about that life. Touche. So right now, let's be honest. Ken, I want you to be a little bit real right now. When you take your shirt off, do you feel like a Greek god or what do you feel like?
I feel like a bag of milk.
Damn. How does that feel?
Not very good.
And when you say bag of milk, like what does that mean? Like, are we just got like a big belly, love handles? Like what's going on?
Like a little bit of all the above.
So like, dude, I'm literally digging, Anthony. Like, I'm not playing games. I'm not here to fucking learn your surface level bullshit. I'm not here to have you give me a 1-word answer and then move forward. I'll literally just keep asking why. Well, how's that feel? What do you mean? How long have you been training? Well, have you been doing it properly? And I'm going to dive into it. And then whenever I can, as you guys saw, I'll try to throw humor in there a little bit, or I'll play around because again, I'm having a conversation. You feel me?
I want to jump in.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you're saying. Another thing is like, when you're talking to people that are already in the gym, there's 2 things that you can leverage: time or money.
Yeah.
So like these people are already like working out. They're already exercising. So like technically they don't need to hire a fucking fitness coach, and it's kind of a waste of their money because they're already going to the gym from their perspective, right? They don't need you. So step number 1 is you need to figure out, write this down. Why the fuck are they on the phone with you? And that should be one of the questions you asked. So like, listen, Anthony, I can tell you go to the gym. I can tell you work out. So there's something that prompted you to jump on this call with me. What was it? Well, I haven't been able to achieve results even though I've been going to the gym 5 weeks. Okay. And how long have you been trying to lose the weight, but it hasn't been coming off? 2 years. Damn. Okay. How much longer are you willing to go to the gym and look the fucking same, even though you're putting in the work every single day? And how does that make you feel going to the gym 5 times a week and knowing that you're putting in the fucking work, but your body isn't responding? Is that something that you want to make a change with today, or do you want to just keep doing what you're doing? Make sense? So it's like step number 1, figure out why the fuck they're on the call with you. Like Anthony, clearly you already go to the gym, so why are you on this fucking call? Well, I see all the clients that you're working with and I know that they're shredded and I want to get shredded. Okay, great. How long have you been trying to get shredded? 2 years. And you said you're already going to the gym, right? Yep. Okay, great. So like the good news about you, Anthony, is I know that like 2 small changes in your meal plan, then once I start like dialing it in, you're going to get absolutely diced. But you got to be willing to put in the work. Now, let me ask you a question, Anthony. You've been working out for 2 years and you haven't been able to see results. Like, how does that make you feel? Get it? So I'm like making him fucking feel the pain of wasting more time. And I'm almost stroking his ego. You should write that down, Anthony. Stroke his ego. People that are going to the gym, it's like, yo, bro, you're going to the gym way too fucking much to not be shredded. Like, you should already be lean. And the fact that you're not pisses me off. So we need to make some changes to your diet. Get it?
A lot of that came from the script, but I think I need to go deeper, like you guys said. I have used even like the time or money. You're either paying with time or you're paying with money. And just sometimes it's still like comes down to price. With some
See,
of
but
them.
the thing is that, dude, you need to hear this, but so does everybody else. 90% of the time, an individual can pay you right then and there. Now, don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
10% of the people are going to be able to never afford anything. It's just how it fucking is. But like me and Brian have sold fucking $10,000 programs to people who don't even have jobs. Because when someone wants it bad enough, they're going to fucking buy. They're going to figure it out. Guys, when I hired Brian as my fitness coach, I was broke as fuck and I started selling things in my house and he didn't even know. I just said, yep, fucking set to my credit card. My credit card had $4,000 racked up, but I was fucking $2,000 in my overdraft. And I started selling things in my home because when people want it bad enough, they will buy. But you didn't do a good enough job.
And that's okay, because that means it's on you and you can improve your sales skills.
That's it.
Absolutely reps.
That's it. And again, I want you to write this down. It's a conversation. It's not a sales call. All right. All of you guys need to understand that shit. It's a conversation. All right. You guys look at the script and you follow it like it's a fucking Bible. But the problem is you guys get so fucking focused in on the script that you forget to just have a conversation with the individual.
And
feel me?
Anthony, one thing I want to and we're going to end right here is you said sometimes you'll say you either pay with time or pay with money. And I agree with that. A better way. So that's the belief that they need to understand. But the best way to make them come to that realization is to ask them questions that make them realize that. Instead of telling them, like, you either pay with time or pay with money. You're like, how does it make you feel knowing that you've been working out for 2 years and you still look the same? Is that something you want to make a change with today, or do you want to keep doing what the fuck you're doing? I'm like, okay, I can't afford it. But like, let me ask you a question, Anthony. If you invested $250 a month for the next 4 months, and at the end of 4 months, you were absolutely fucking shredded out of your mind and you wouldn't recognize the person that you see in the mirror, would that investment be worth it? Get it?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, bro. Go take action.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. What's up, Joe? Start with the win.
What's going on? So a win is resonating with all of that about how sales is a learnable skill. I've been practicing more every single day, and I feel more confident just by the way that I practice, getting on more role plays and just feeling good overall about that. So I feel like that's more of like, I guess, more of like a mental, emotional kind of win. But right now I've been, consistently posting towards an avatar of like ex-athletes, and I haven't changed it because I wanted to really figure out if I can dial in onto this avatar. And for some reason, like I've asked Cole, and I've gotten on a call with Coach Nick, and all the feedback I get, like I'll hear it and I'll get it. And for some reason, that emotional connection, like I'm not providing that. So I'll scroll through my page and I'm like providing a bunch of value, but I'm not talking to anybody. So my content is super general, and I know this. And I wanted to change my avatar because I have an idea of something that I resonate with a lot more. And I just kind of feel like I'm restarting. Is that wrong?
Pause. Cole, you want to go first?
I'm pulling up his page right now.
One thing I will say is when you say you are having a hard time generating emotion, if you just jump from avatar to avatar, you're not solving that problem. You're just going to have the same problem with a new avatar. So why are you having a hard time generating emotion? Like, what does that mean?
I think it's like I'm targeting ex-athletes. I grew up as an athlete. So I guess I just can't resonate with being overweight and like falling off after playing sports. I've never done that. It's always been a part of my lifestyle. So I talk about like fat loss and, different tips and tricks, obviously, to see results. But I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to connect. I don't know why I feel like that. Now I'm just getting frustrated because it's like, okay, I'm consistently posting, but it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told Taylor Hinton, because his avatar was ex-athletes. Now, as I'm saying this, Joseph, can you write your tag in the chat for me? I want to pull it up. I just want to check something. You see, Taylor was the same way. He's like, I didn't struggle a lot when I was younger. When I was an athlete, I was a good athlete. I did fucking good at my job. Like, I fucking performed on the goddamn field. We dove into a bunch of different stuff. When we sat down the Elite Match and Mastermind, hashtag fucking gangster crew, when it came down to the conversation, what I told him, and I was like, well, why don't you stop trying to meet people in their pain and you start trying to be the champion speaking back towards them? All right. If you want to be a champion, here's the core values, the principles, the mindset, and the things that you need to embrace, because obviously you aren't, and you're still stuck to your old self. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Because like, this is the thing, and I'm just going to be fucking frank with you. Ex-athlete is probably the most boring avatar in the entire world, and it makes no sense to me, because you guys are just saying basic fitness tips to an individual that associates themselves with high school. So you need to ask yourself, like, what's the deep thing here? Like, is there a deep emotional pain with ex-athletes? Is there injuries you're trying to cater to? Like, you need to pick something that you can grip onto. Because you and Taylor did the same thing to me. You guys kept coming up and you're like, well, we got ex-athletes. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the pain? And you're like, well, like they're struggling with their identity. I'm like, well, what does that mean? You're like, well, they're not really. They're just like thinking about their high school football days. And I'm like, so you're talking to fucking everybody who's ever played football in the entire world.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly where I'm at.
Right?
So this is the thing, is like, Cole is, can you mind if I jump in for a sec?
No, go ahead. 100%. I'm pulling up his page.
Okay. So bro, like when you're creating an avatar, creating content, whatever, like write this down. You need to get into experimentation mode.
Mm-hmm.
And so experimentation mode looks like this. If you peaked in high school, right? So like maybe that's a hook that you can use. And then ask yourself, what are some other hooks that you can use? If the last time you were jacked was when you were 19, right? Last time you saw your six pack is when you were 6 years old. You know what I mean? That's like how can you create different hooks to like, we're all fucking saying the same shit, you guys. We're all saying the same shit. Everybody on this fucking call is saying the exact same shit. Period. Eat less, move more, lose weight. But it's about like, who do you want to fucking work with? Joseph.
Yeah, like I want to say ex-athletes because that's all I know. And just before we continue, because this is super valuable, but I've also had, a recent, like, I guess it was like an aha moment where I realized that I want to help. I guess like I want to help parents because like my parents have always been super supportive, but at the same time, I felt like everything I did wasn't enough. And, I've had accolades and stuff that I've earned, but to still feel that certain way, like I want parents to understand that like they are responsible as well, like for like leading and being that role model and being their superhero to their superstars. And I guess I had that aha moment where I went on a live stream the other day and I was talking about all of my emotions as an athlete that I experienced regarding towards parents. And I had a lot more emotional connection that I've ever like felt towards content, and it didn't feel forced this time.
Was that because you're talking about your story?
I believe so, yeah.
Because that does like, just because like I struggled with cocaine when I was younger, that doesn't mean I'm going to help drug addicts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking resonate with that content hard though. When I write those pieces of content, it comes out easily and effortlessly. You guys want to hear something funny? All right, I'm going to tell you something funny. Every time I have to sit down and write business coaching content, it makes me want to punch myself in the fucking face. Because I've said the same shit 1,000 times. It's the same shit. Post more, send these DMs, get on calls, don't sound like an idiot. Pretty simple. But it's like, that's the stuff that pulls in clients. And the stuff that I like to talk about is the mindset shit. And so I do 50% of my content is about here's how to grow your business. And then 50% of my content is like stuff I want to talk about. But I'm not just going to change my avatar just because I'm like, content creation's hard or I haven't figured it out yet. Most of you guys don't hit success on social media because when your content doesn't hit, you're like, got to change my fucking avatar.
Great.
And then you're like, all the fucking effort you've been putting in for the last few months, it just goes to shit because these people that saw one piece of content from you now are seeing a different style of content from you. And they're like, what the fuck? Bro, stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Persist until something happens. Push.
Yeah, because I know it works. Like, I know it works. I just like...
How much money are you making per month right now?
On recurring, 900, and I've had 2 clients extend for 8 months. So I earned that this month as well.
I didn't ask you recurring. I said, how much money did you make last month? How much money are you making this month?
I guess I need to figure out the exact numbers. I don't have numbers.
We should always have numbers. What I'm saying, how much money were you making 6 months ago?
Not as much as I'm making now.
So your business is growing?
Yes.
Stop fucking changing shit.
Yeah, I know. And I don't. That's why I haven't, right? Like I've really been trying to like, and I don't like to use the word trying, but I've been working on becoming better at content and things are clicking, but the message isn't there, which is, I guess, what I'm asking. Like,
yet.
The message isn't there because you're not saying anything that isn't in depth. Right. And I've said it before. I mean, you broke it down. Like when I said emotion, all you need to do is ask yourself, like, how do I feel emotionally tied to this avatar and how can I serve them / why do I want to serve them? Feel me? Like when you
Yeah.
said you went live the other day and you fucking basically broke everything down, quote unquote, emotionally about your story, you talked about the impact your parents had on you when you used to be an athlete. That's not you feeling connected to the parents. That's you feeling connected to the story and expressing something about you. But when I go to your page, like not only is there nothing special to athletes, number one, but it's again just general fitness advice. So that's why you feel disconnected to it. And this is the thing. This is why I'm so gung-ho on the documentation part of your guys' journey, number one. And then like, who the fuck are you and why do you want to be a coach? Because yes, value has a place, but I'm like very bullish on the fact that if all of you guys only ever post fucking value, like this is going to happen every fucking couple of months because you're going to be like, I'm so fucking bored of talking about macronutrients and training because all of the big creators I know in the fucking world that are doing this at a grand scale do not do that because of that. And we've had in-depth conversations. So like when it comes out of your content, you need to start sharing more shit. Now, let's take the athlete away for a minute. I'm going to ask you a very direct question. If I came to you and I needed you to help me with my fitness journey, but I was not an ex-athlete, would you help me?
Yes.
Dope. So it has nothing to fucking do with the athlete. It has to do with you wanting to serve people, right? It's probably less of the athlete and it's more of the old you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I don't know how to break that down into more depth. Is there any actionable steps that you would give me so I can do that?
Have you watched any units around fucking content creation with value, proof, connection, and documentation?
Yeah, I rewatch them all the time. I just am
Go
like,
watch them again because you're obviously not listening.
yeah.
What value would you provide the old you?
I have another question I have another prompt that might help you. Tell me somebody in your life that like is overweight. Just you don't have to name their name, but do you have somebody in your mind that you can think of?
Yeah.
Let's give them a fake name. What's their fake name?
Angelica?
Okay, so Angelica. Let's say Angelica comes to you and says, I want to lose weight. Would you know how to help her lose weight?
Yeah.
What would be the first 3 things that you tell her to do?
I would tell her to start drinking more water, get some more steps in, and to get some more sleep.
What is she doing right now that's fucking her up, that's causing her to be overweight?
She's not eating enough, just kind of snacking and very sedentary and using a lot of excuses as like just too busy.
When you eat less food than my little sister and you barely move your body and you wonder why you're not losing weight, like wake the fuck up. Get more water, get more steps in, and eat more food. It's literally that easy, you guys. You're overcomplicating this. If you need content inspiration, go to viralfinder.com, viralfindr.com. Search up Patrick Hong. Who are some other creators you can look at? Cool. Trent Harrison, other creators. Search up Skydoes Fitness and look at some of the videos these guys are creating. And Joseph, stop overthinking this shit. Go to ChatGPT right fucking now. Ask ChatGPT for 40 different content ideas for athletes, for people that used to be athletic in high school, but let themselves go due to sedentary lifestyles. Give me 40 different content ideas. And stop being so serious with your content. Like create some hooks where you're joking around. If you're eating less food than my little sister, this video is for you. If you peaked in high school in every single way, listen up. Like it doesn't have to be so serious.
Yeah, and it's because like I'm not really like a serious person either. Like I have a outgoing personality and stuff, but I just find myself just dropping value, right? Like that's
This
all
is
I'm
the thing,
doing.
bro. It's everybody understand this. Growth in your business is not about working harder. It's about pivoting and doing what feels right.
It's also like, guys, if you're doing the same shit over and over again and it's not fucking working, do something different.
Mm-hmm.
You're like the weight loss client that goes to the gym 2 hours a day, isn't losing weight, and you keep posting the same shit. Like, do something different. Write this down. Joseph, experiment. Your goal for the next 30 days is to experiment with your content. The reason I started going viral on social media is because I started experimenting. I started experimenting with different hooks. I started experimenting with different video edits. I started experimenting with different like concepts and ideas. And now that I've experimented enough, I know what content works and I know what to double down on. But I didn't figure that out until I started experimenting. You have to experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna do that. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. This is super valuable.
You're welcome. Go take action.
Yeah, I will. Appreciate it.
What up, Big Joe?
What's going on, boys? How we doing?
You know.
Fucking best day ever, bro. How are you?
I'm great. So I don't have a question. I just want to share a win. So I went to content audits with Cole and he said, do more gym content. So I posted a gym reel, literally the reel after the content audits, got 50,000 views, 600 followers, kind of popped off. And it was like it was a reel on like faith and fitness. So like very ideal, my new followers. So it's like all solid leads. So it worked. Content audits.
Let me just
great.
fucking pat myself on the back, son.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Pat yourself on the back. Everybody can see it. The fuck I'm talking about. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, Cole.
Yeah. I love it. Good
Makes
shit.
my day.
Vanessa Vargas, what up?
Oh my God, I'm excited to be here. Holy shit.
I love that.
This is the whole reason I got into this program is because all I was listening to was the PODCHATS. Like I found your podcast and listening to it for months and months. I went to the Clean Health virtual and then I was like, this fucker is the real shit. I got to get on this right now. So, and like, it was so quick in the DMs. You were like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, damn, you're pretty fast. And I don't know if it was you. You're like, if it's not me, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, good selling. I got to get on those sales, man. I got to be a salesperson like you. I got to get good at that.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, man. I was very unorganized with my business before I started here. And this month I made 2,400.
Yeah.
I got to get up there, but 2,400,
Yeah.
I think a big reason why I was so unorganized is because I didn't really need to do this. I don't need to work. It's just, I do this because I love it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I wasn't as motivated to like get on and get people in the DMs and do sales calls and shit like that. But so that's where I'm nervous, like to do the sales things, like to talk on the phone and I do all my sales calls on video. Do you guys recommend that?
Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Whatever. Okay. Cause I'm
if
like,
it feels good for you, do that. 100%.
Yeah. I'm much more, you do? Okay, good, Bray. I'm following you, girl. Yes, girl. Yes. So I kind of missed the boat on getting people in for like, do a deposit to start in January. Like I just totally missed that. I don't know how, but I did. But would you guys recommend doing like a hard CTA for looking for 5 women? Because I haven't done a 5 gals post yet. I won't pass any of the things until I implement them. So I want to do the 5 gals.
Yep.
But like 5 to 10 pounds in the first 30 days of 2024. Does that?
Yep. So I would
Does
say
that sound good?
I'm looking for 5 women who want to lose 10 to 20 pounds within the next 60 to 90 days and crush their New Year's goals. If that's you, vote here. Or if that's
Okay,
you,
I'm gonna
DM new me, or if that it's you, comment new me. And then when you get on the phone with these girls, the way that you're going to position it, and that's how you make, guys, this is marketing for all of you guys. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do, all of you guys should be posting your best transformations of 2023 all week for the next 7 days, 10 days, every day on your Instagram stories, marketing your best transformations of 2023, talking about the best clients that have been through your program. If you don't have a lot of clients because you're new, then marketing your own social proof every day, documenting your own transformation every day, giving people updates so that when people come to January 1st and a bunch of people are ready to take action, they're going to come to you. While you're marketing, so you're going to do your 5 glass posts for the next 10 days, all of you are going to market that your prices are going to be increasing on January 1st. And if you want to lock in the current rates, send me a DM that says new me or whatever the fuck, and then have a little countdown timer on your story. So as you're marketing the best transformations, you're also saying prices are increasing January 1st, urgency and scarcity. But yes, do the 5 guys post and then get people on the phone. And I would try to close them on the full program. But if they're like, I'm going to start in January, they're like, totally cool. So my program is filling up for January. So what we can do is I'll get a $50 deposit to secure your spot for January 1st. And then when January 1st comes around, I'll already have your program ready and we'll take care of the remainder of the investment. Is that fair? They're going to say yes. And then you're going to secure the deposit.
Okay. So I got to do that like now, like today.
Now. Yes.
Now. I'm doing it.
I like your energy. I like you.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Anything else?
No, I'm just excited. I learned so much just listening to the podcast. I always have questions and I literally get them answered every single day by just re-listening to everything. So everybody in the program is awesome.
Where are you from, Vanessa?
I live in Central Florida, but I'm from South Florida.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we like your energy and we're excited that you're here because you're a fucking gangster. So I'm excited for you to celebrate $10,000 because I feel like it's only a matter of time with your energy.
Oh shit. Okay. Yes. I'm going to do it. I just got to implement. I got to implement. That's it.
Keep
I'm
showing
fired up
up
now.
Keep showing up. We'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's great. I like that. Give me more of that. Give me more of that.
Lit.
Yeah, give me more of that. What's up, Dana?
Hey, how's it going? Good to be here.
Fucking best day of our lives. How are you doing?
I'm actually doing really, really great. Before last month, I was hitting a lot of lows and I kind of let go of a lot of clients, and I was trying to embrace my niche because it's a really core of who I am. And I felt like, for a long time, I wasn't really being my authentic self, but now I'm like actually fully embracing it. And I gained 8 clients in the last month, and my TikTok is starting to grow. I gained over 1,000 followers in the last month, which is really incredible because I always struggled with TikTok. And I also really feel a major calling to like make a positive impact in a scene that is like in an environment where a lot of unhealthy habits are perpetuated and in fact even celebrated. And there's a lot of people that have been reaching out and they're talking about how much they love that I'm like sharing this information, supporting people. I've had clients come off vaping. I've had followers see my post and be like, I didn't realize that this was causing such a problem for me. And it's like so common in the niche that I'm in because I do love music festivals and raves and stuff, but I'm not like, wanting to eliminate that part of myself because it's something that really helps me overcome like a lot of social anxiety in my past. It's a place of celebration. And I want to change people's like interpretation instead of seeing it as like an escapism, that it's a celebration of our accomplishments in our life and with music. So it's just really great to like feel that I'm embracing my true self. And I did a lot of reflecting in the last month, and a lot of things that I've been hearing in the academy that I just thought was like, what you talked about before, where you're like, it sounds cheesy, but until you like experience it, you don't realize how much it means on a deeper level. And I realized the way that I act when I am acting out of scarcity and when I'm not acting out of scarcity is so completely different. And I was able to like identify that and work on it. And I started like also reading a book called The Courage to Be Disliked, which I highly recommend for anybody who deals with rejection sensitivity. It's a game changer. Like it will open your fucking mind to when you're on sales calls, when you're in the DMs, the way that people act and all that. Like it's such a good book. I highly recommend it. Sorry, I know that was a lot of talking all at once. It's just exciting to be back.
I love it. How can we serve you?
So I do have a question. This is more for Cole, because I know, Cole, you have a lot of people on TikTok. Like your TikTok has popped the fuck off. And I have some people on TikTok who don't have Instagrams or Facebook. And I fucking hate that the messenger system, it gets so jumbled. So how do you keep up with people on the TikTok messenger when you're like getting more inbound messages or outbound messages, and keeping that like, more organized? Because I feel like people just get fucking lost, and it's potential leads that could get basically buried.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes down to any TikTok DMs, you're going to have to become better at organizing, i.e., what I would do is create something where you can capture their email, even if it's as simple as getting like active campaigns. So you could do that just in case you do lose them in the future and you can't find them. But when it comes down to TikTok, what I would do is start an Excel sheet or something that is easy for you and start writing down usernames. Because when it comes down to having conversations with the TikTok guys, I do know exactly what you're talking about, Dana. It's fucking intense. Like sometimes you'll have like one combo and then you'll go back to see them in the messenger the next day and they'll be gone. Why? I have no fucking idea. It's just like, it's a weird organization system. It's not as clean as Instagram, where you got the primary general requests. You can flag combos. You can't do any of that in TikTok.
You can't even mark it as unread, right?
Yeah. So I would 100% always ask about Facebook and Instagram. And when individuals ask why, just be like, yo, listen, Dana, I would love to continue this conversation. Can we move this over to Instagram? TikTok is kind of an asshole with messaging sometimes. Like I just always joke around with it. Like I don't want to lose you. And sometimes TikTok's an asshole. And if they're like, I don't have Instagram or Facebook, then just be like, okay, that's fine. We'll try to have the conversation here. But I would just speed up the process to like get them on the fucking phone and make sure you have their username written down somewhere. So if something happens, you can always revert back to it.
Okay, that's totally fair. I just had the issue where some people don't have either, but I'll definitely work on making a spreadsheet. I know you also mentioned about gathering email addresses. How do you do that? How do you get people to give you their email address to add? Because I know I heard on Natasha's podcast too about having that, God, can't think of the word. I'm blanking on the terminology that she used, but it's like gathering emails so that way you have that data. But how do you get that from them without making them feel like that you're getting personal information from them?
So again, you could do it two ways. Number one, you could always just create a type form to utilize an application. Like somebody just said in the fucking chat box, we'll do 3 options. Number two, you could create a very simple Canva ebook, all right, that you created, and then just be like, listen, Dad, I would love to be able to send you an ebook that will teach you about your macronutrients, etc. What's your email? I'd like to send it to you. So then you have it. Or you can just ask. Like if you're getting in depth in the conversation, and just be like, fucking, I'd like to make sure that I don't lose you because sometimes TikTok can be an asshole. Just get creative. That's the entire point. It's just like, what can I creatively do to make sure that I don't lose this lead?
Okay. Yeah, I will absolutely do that. Thank you so much for your advice.
Of course.
Boom. I'm going to use this opportunity to shamelessly plug that if you're not coming to WealthCon, you fucking need to get a ticket. Links in my bio, and we got a party. Who is coming to WealthCon? Drop I'm coming in the chat if you're coming. I think we got a bunch of fucking homies in the chat coming. Q Rush, what up?
What's going on, B? What's going on, Cole?
What's up, G?
I like it, bro. What's going on? How can I serve it? By the way, guys, Quincy just renewed in the academy because he's a fucking gangster. Fist bump.
Yep, bow. Let's go.
So
I made and I wasn't even doing it full time. I just looked at my Stripe, like the total, and I made like 40K online, and that was, pretty much doing it part time for most of the year. So
you invested $500 a month, and you ended up making 40,000, and you were doing it part time.
Oh, I paid in full.
Oh, so you invested 3,500 and you made back 40K. You fucking 10x your investment doing it part time. Boom.
Yeah, I think I made less than 5,000 before joining the academy for sure.
That makes me fucking happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gonna triple that this year. So what was my question about? Oh yeah. So now that I'm going full time with it, like I'm trying to, I'm upping up everything I'm doing basically. So I got my last challenge group. I turned it into my free group. It's only been like a week. So I've been posted in there. So I got a question about my lives, because you guys go live a lot. I know I'm not going to emulate that right this second, but should I have lives just for the group and then could I have a Thursday live show I've been doing for like a year on Facebook for everyone? And then I was thinking about going live just in the group like twice a week as well. And then like live on Instagram. Like, how is this all working?
You're talking about for your clients?
For like my free group, and then just in general, like, are all your lives, like, you go live on Instagram as well, for example.
Yeah.
And have it for us. So it's like, I have a live that I do on Thursdays for Facebook, just for anyone that can be there. But then I want to go live just for my free group as well. So I'm saying, like, how many lives should I do? Like, should they be like 2 in the group, 2 that everyone can join? Like, how should I break that down a little bit?
I would say the only answer that's right is creating a schedule that you can stick to. That's the only right answer. When I first started Q, like I was going live 5 times a week, every weekend. I did that for 3 years straight. And then after a while, I'm like, this pace is fucking burning me out. So I stopped doing that. Cole's still going at that pace. So the answer is like, you've got to find a schedule that you can stick to. I think it makes a lot of sense to do one Q&A in your free group, one live publicly, at least that's twice a week. And then anything that you can do on top of that is bonus. But I think it makes sense to have one public live and then one in your free group. And any more is like, if you can commit to that, because it's like, it's all about finding a pace that you can run at. Because if your free group can consistently rely on you going live at that certain time, then they're going to look forward to it. But if you commit to 2 lives a week for 2 weeks and then you do it and then you drop the ball, like those people that were coming to those 2 lives aren't going to come to any more of your future ones because they can't count on you. So the goal is just to create a schedule that you can stick to. Kirsten just did 1 live in her free group for 3 years, but it grew like crazy because girls always knew that they could show up at 9 a.m. and she was going to be there. So the correct answer is one that's just create a schedule that you can stick to.
Okay, I think I'm just going to do the one in the group because I'm going to keep the one that I do public too. So I'll do 2 a week. I don't mind that, but I'll just do one of each though.
Agree.
Cool.
All right, cool. That was it, man. Thank y'all, man. I'm tripling up this year, and I'm Brave as a big motivation. I know she's in here. We joined basically about the same time to hear the numbers she's hitting, and a lot of other people that joined around that time. Paul, and I haven't seen Paul in a while, my fact, but Paul and a few of the other guys. This is the community to join for sure. It's no BS. You guys give it how it is. I like it. I just be coming in. The last month I've been coming in pretty consistently, and I've gone up every week. Not even every month, every week. It's been going up. So that's what's up.
I love it, bro. Good to see you. Happy you renewed. Let's fucking go. Veronica Vargas, what up?
Hello. The other Vargas in the team.
I know. It's so fucking funny, dude. So random. I like it.
We're both V's. We're like VVs.
That's
okay.
So fucking funny. I love
it.
Okay,
so a couple of things. A win after the last time I joined here for you guys with podcasts. We talked about my content. I wasn't hitting. I wasn't speaking to my clients. So I really dialed it in. I hired a girl a couple of months ago, and she offered me a service to help me find the right type of content for my avatar. And so I just said, whatever, I'm going to pay for it. And I did. And since we've been doing that, I've been getting a lot more engagement. I'm getting a lot more comments. My reach is getting higher. It's not like in the thousands, but it's like before it used to be like 20 people used to watch my reels. Now I'm getting over 100, which is great.
Yep.
The only thing I'm not crazy about it, but it's working and I can get over it, is like people are very vain because all of the ones that I'm showing, like my muscles or my abs, those are the ones that make the biggest hit. So not the greatest in terms of like the authenticity that I want to put out there, but the message that I put behind there is something that I can definitely, work on and being authentic, you know what I mean? So just using that as a hook. And I also been going on Facebook and engaging with people, just like you guys told me, like, engage with 10 people every day, like instead of 5, like bring it up. And I did that and I got a client last week. So that's really good.
Aha.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to say really quick before you ask your question, don't hate the game, play the game. I noticed that I was experimenting when I was like really, really fucking shredded for my show. Cole's like, you should do some shirtless videos. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. He's like, just fucking do one. So I did one. And it went from like 10,000 views to 70,000 views. And I was like, holy fuck. Okay. So then I just started doing shirtless videos because like social media is telling you what the fuck is popping. Yeah. My beautiful wife, Kirsten Mark, she posts her bikini transformation because her bikini transformation always gets a fuckload of clients. Yeah. So social media is vain. That's life. Everybody's vain.
I changed my mindset when I woke up this morning. It's like, you know what? I'm going to actually use this as a personal challenge for me to stay lean all year long.
I like that. There you go.
I can't take so many photos in one day, right? Like,
dude, let's look at Don Lamb. Pretty much every $1 million mastermind student is working or has worked with Don Lamb as a coach.
Yep.
Why? Because he's fucking jacked.
Yep.
He leads by example. 24/7 year round. He always looks like that. So
I have 2 quick questions. Okay.
Yep.
One of my questions is when it comes to Facebook, I noticed that my reels get a lot of hits, more hits than it does on Instagram. But I also read that with Facebook, you should just do long-term content with pictures. So I'm really confused on what is best. Is it just based on what I'm getting?
I think the game has changed. And so the rules of the game have definitely changed. Like if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I would have said that the only type of stuff that you should be posting on Facebook would be written content and live streams. But then, you look at somebody like Christine Cardenas, who's one of our $1 million mastermind coaches. Christine, I'm just going to see how many followers she has on Facebook now. I'm just going to do a quick little.
I think it's like fucking almost 1 million or like 500,000 or some shit like that.
So Christine Cardenas has been posting Facebook reels. I think it's been 2 reels a day every day for the last X amount of time. And Christina Cardenas has 397,000 followers on Facebook now. So it's like, if you would have asked me 3 years ago, I would have said only post written content and live streams. But Christine Cardenas has obviously proven us wrong. Same with Kirsten Mark. So Kirsten Mark, my beautiful wife, you go to her reels, she's got 131,000 followers. Her reels get decent engagement and her posts also get really good engagement. Like her posts, like 2.9 thousand likes. But again, booty photo, right? So it's like, you can hate the game or you can fucking play the game. I'm all about playing the game. So the answer is both, especially with your demographic, Veronica. The answer is definitely fucking both. So I would be doing live streams, posts, and reels on Facebook, especially right now. I just watched a Gary Vaynerchuk video. Just came out of my mouth. And he talked about how Facebook is the most underutilized platform in terms of growth. And it's the one that you'll be able to grow on the fastest. It's like underpriced attention, basically. So the answer is both. It's reels, posts, and live streams, all of the above.
Okay, good. Because yesterday I did something different. You guys used to have a client named Maria Welch.
Yeah, Maria went. Yep, she's fucking lit. She's jacked as fuck.
I was following her, and I did something that she's taught me on YouTube. And I went into a couple of Facebook pages, and I just told my story, my pain, very simple. And I got so much response with just a really good picture of myself. And now I've been communicating with all these different types of people. So now I have like different leads from everybody else. So
yeah, Maria's a gangster. She's fucking lit.
Yeah. So. And then the other question I have for you is, I have a vision for 2024, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. My passion says yes. I love doing workout videos, like of myself doing workout videos for home gyms for like 20 minutes up to 45 minutes for specifically my avatar women who don't really have a lot of time. They want to get a quick workout in. I want to create a program where it's literally like lifetime or at least a subscription that's very low cost, where it's just videos of me working out and it's like loaded every month, new workout videos, and then they just follow the workouts, but there's no accountability. Like, I don't want to be doing that for everybody because it's just too overwhelming. I only want to be doing that for people who are willing to pay the high ticket price. So I kind of want to get the high ticket price client, but I also want to get the other client that they just need show and tell me, you know what I mean? But they're not willing to pay for the price. What do you think of that idea?
You want my honest opinion? Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't think it's a good idea at all, and I'll tell you why. Because unless you have the audience size, you're playing the volume game. So let's say, how many leads have you talked to this week, Veronica?
4.
4. Okay. So if you have 4 leads per week, just as an example, and your high ticket coaching program is, how much does it cost for your high ticket coaching program?
300.
300 a month. Okay. So if you sign all 4 of those clients, that's $1,200 recurring that you add, right? How much were you thinking about selling for this low ticket?
I don't even know the price point of that yet. I haven't.
Let's
even
just
gone
say,
there.
let's say it was $49, $49 a month. And let's say all 4 of those clients know that you have some sort of low ticket service. All 4 of those clients would be interested in learning more about that low ticket service, which means instead of making $1,200, you would make $200 if you sign all 4 of them.
Mhm.
So I just like, unless you have volume, Janelle, Kirsten, Mark, I don't think it's a good idea. I think the idea, if you feel passionate about those types of videos, do those videos for free, bring people in, and when they're interested, then you sign them up for high ticket. I think that's a much better move.
Okay, so use it as a hook.
Yes, bring them in, give them free workouts. There was one of our clients who used to be in our program. Her name is Amy Webb. She's not in our program anymore, and I don't even think she still does this. But she did a free live workout on her Facebook 3 times a week. It was like a 9 a.m. HIIT class where anybody could tune in, and she would just do HIIT in her living room with no equipment. And that's how they got a lot of their leads, because people would tune in, they'd share the workout. She'd be like, as you're tuning in, share this workout out to somebody that you think would need it, blah, blah, blah. 3 times a week, doing it on her Facebook feed, got her all the leads. And then she would sign those people up for their higher ticket coaching program.
Okay,
So you
and
can
that's
use
the
it.
thing. I've been doing a free workout every Friday at 6:30 in the morning for my Facebook page, my Facebook group. But my Facebook group is dead, and I've been putting so much love and heart, and so I got to figure out something else. So I'm thinking, should I just take that workout and just put it on my
Yes.
page?
Do free group. It's so what I would do is I would go to fucking Rogers or whatever your cell phone carrier is. I put another line on your plan, which would cost you what, $20, $30 a month for the basic plan. Then you go live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. And maybe if you have like your computer, you can go in your Facebook group, your Facebook personal page, and your Instagram. And then you're doing a live stream in 3 different places at one time. And now, even if you have 3 to 5 people per live stream, like now you're speaking to 10 people instead of speaking to 1. If you're already doing work, you may as well do it for all the platforms.
Exactly. Okay, awesome. That's all my questions. So you guys, thank you so much. You're awesome as always.
Cool. Have the best day ever.
Thank you.
What up, Hoss?
Hey, how are you, man?
Best day ever, bro. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I wanted to come on here to ask a question, but also, bro, just wanted to really thank you and Cole. You know, past few months, I've been really trying to put in the work. And there was a period where like I was putting in hours into my content, working a full-time job. And like, you know, with almost 10,000 followers, I was getting like 200-300 views on my reels, and it freaking hurt, man. And I remember there was this video that you put out, I think like a month or so ago, where you were like leaning on a car before your prep, and you were just really emphasizing on like reps and reps and reps, and you literally promised you're like, if you just never ever miss, eventually you will get better, something will hit. And so, you know, doing a lot better now on social media. Anyways, long story short, thank you guys.
I appreciate you, bro. That's fucking awesome. What are your followers at now, and what are your average views now?
I just hit 20K this morning actually, which is awesome for my followers, and my reach has been like 2.5 mil on like in the last 30 days, and it's just been crazy, man. Averaging like 5,000 views, and yeah, so lots more calls now. So clients are coming in. It's been good.
That's sick. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. My question it's related to one topic, but also like I want some advice regarding like the coaching side of it, and then also like the business side of it. So I'm getting a lot of clients that are going on vacation during the holidays, and so like I want to know, what do you guys typically, or what did you typically do with your fitness clients? Like, did you just, you know, maybe ask them like how they want to proceed? Do they still want to follow the program while they're away, or like that sort of thing? And then also like in the business side of things, when I have that conversation with them, it's almost like I get a sense that they expect me, like for the ones that don't want to like do the workouts and stuff while they're away, they expect me to like pause the program and then add it on to the end. So like, how would you manage that? Like, how would you have the conversation, and like what approach would you take?
Well, got it, bro.
Dude, I would just be open and honest. So like, number one, never make an assumption. Okay. To give you an example, like when I take a week off where I just want to enjoy food and fucking binge eat pizza and fucking sweets with Brian and everybody else, I don't fucking message my coach and be like, hey, homie, I need you to put my program on pause. And he doesn't fucking assume that I want him to do that. We never make an assumption. I just keep doing my shit. Right. So unless a client has said that to you, don't assume it. Number two, if a client does say that to you, I would get them on the call and explain what's going on. Like, listen, I 100% understand that you would like to spend the holidays with your friends, but like this doesn't stop just because you want to spend a week binge eating, right? I'm here. Your program is still going to be there for you. I'm here for any advice you need. And I would actually love to give you advice over the holidays to make sure that you do not revert back to your old ways. But I'm also expecting you to gain 1 pound to 2 pounds on the holidays, because guess what? So am I. I'm going to enjoy my Christmas. And as soon as you're back, fucking whenever, December 27th, then we're back on the fucking train, homie. But like, you got to have the conversation. So don't make any assumptions and just be open and honest with them. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%. So I've kind of been doing that. Like I have this cheat sheet I've been giving them. I've been talking about like applying balance. But then what about the ones that are straight up like, no, like I really want this, week in Mexico to myself. Like, I want it off the program. Would you just be like, okay, sure, whatever. I'll add this to the end of your program?
No, I would be like, dope, homie. Sounds good to me. Go enjoy Mexico. I'll talk to you when you're back. And you don't get another week in the program because it's too fucking bad. Now that's me because that's my coaching style, right? Like I'm not going to fucking keep extending it when you want to take a fucking vacation. That's period. Too bad. You want to go do a week in Mexico. That's fine. You joined a 12-week program, meaning if you burn week 8, that's your problem.
I see. Okay.
Right. But again, fucking, I have a conversation with them. It's not like I just fucking break it down and like leave them in the dark. If me and you were talking back and forth and you're like, all right, homie, like, so we're actually planning a family vacation in Mexico and I don't really want a cheat sheet. I don't want to worry about the program we're working on at all. We've been grinding for so long. I just need to break with my family. I would legit be like, sounds good, homie. That's all good. Go enjoy your fucking time in Mexico. As soon as you're back, me and you will link up. We'll dive into a check-in. I'll see where you're at and we'll fucking continue this journey. That's it. And if they're like, well, can you pause my program? I'd be like, absolutely not, because this is a 12-week program, not a 13-week program with you going to Mexico for a week. But again, that's my coaching style. Lean into your personality and what feels right in your gut. Okay.
100%. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Was that question 1 and 2? I thought it was 2.
No, that's it. It was just, what do I do in terms of coaching? And then also, should I be adding the time to the end of their program? But that's perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Gut, bro. Go with your gut. Like, I love all of you guys. You guys messaged me with a fucking vacation reason, wanting to extend your PT domination program for a month. I'm going to say no. Sorry. It's a 12-month program. It's not a 13-month program because you want to take 2 weeks off in Bali, right? Like this is what we do. It's you guys got to hold the boundary. But again, understand that if you guys ever need help or you're on a vacation or something happens, all you do is fucking hit us up and me and Brian will serve you to the best of our ability, just like we are right now. So be available for your clients, but hold the boundaries necessary. Okay, Haas?
I think, Haas, the frame that you approach it from is like, I love that you want to go on vacation and I'm excited for you, but like going on vacation doesn't mean pressing the fuck it button. So I still want to talk to you while you're on vacation and making sure that you're not stuffing your face, but like full of foods and then you gain 10 pounds and we have to restart January 1st and lose all the fucking progress we made. Is that fair?
100%. Love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, bro. Proud of you. Good shit. I see you on my social media all the fucking time supporting and loving it up. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
My guy. Last and not least, Masha. By the way, you were fucking late and I was going to make you put your hand down, but somebody dropped their hand. So you got to raise your hand within the first 10 minutes of pod chats, but we're going to give it to you. What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Because honestly, I even put it in the chats. I'm like, I came in late. I literally just didn't even know it wasn't in my schedule. And I just need to get so much better with the calls. I tried to get on the content audit. I'm trying to show up so much more. And that's definitely the goal. So
good.
Talking about Bali, talking about vacation, if not for this academy, if not for you guys, I wouldn't be able to go to Bali for a whole month. Next month, I'm living in. I'm so fucking excited. I literally got a ticket a couple of days ago and I was like, I just need to change the atmosphere and work somewhere where I feel inspired, creative. And I'm staying in Canggu, where it's literally all the nomads, like people who are creative, who are working, who are entrepreneurs. So I'm super excited. Wouldn't be able to do it. Went from being pretty successful, being an in-person coach, to now being able to just take a month off. Sorry. So super excited. If anyone's going, let's link up. Let me just get
what's your Instagram handle, so anybody that is going that listens to the podcast.
Yeah, it's Masha Challenge. It's MASHA Challenge. Just
also, one more thing. Write this down. Masha, Nourish with Nicole. She's one of our VIP clients. She just went to Bali for like 3 months, and I guarantee you she has a bunch of connections down there. So Nourish.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Nourish with Nicole.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I will put it in the Facebook and just see who replies and what else, but this would be amazing. I'm literally going by myself. Anyways, to the point, I'm going to try to get on the content audits, and I already know I'm here for tough love. That's how I coach my clients, I think, but I definitely need to get it back too. I know I need to do talking videos. I know this would be it. This would hit. For now, I do have a couple of videos that actually are kind of going a bit viral. According to my account, right? A little over 20, a little over 50K. And I do get some leads, not leads, I do get some new followers. But honestly, I posted about my new challenge and I don't have a single person signing up. So the new challenge is starting on January 3rd, which
Mhm.
I gave plenty of time, I think, to just like sign in, sign up. So
Well,
a
you
little
want to
bit
go
of
first?
So what's your question?
how
Because you
to.
told me you know everything, right?
No, I don't know everything.
You're like, I know I need to do talking reels. I know I need to be more consistent. I know I need to like deliver value and connection to people.
Uh, I honestly just I feel like I'm the higher I jump, the less I get. And when I do all of this, typically my best months are the ones that have come as a as a result of all the previous work, obviously, right? But the months that I jump so high, I literally get nothing. It's like I'm screaming and people can't hear me. I don't know if anyone else have, had that before.
Mm. So listen, this is something that will come better with a content audit. And if Brian allows you, I'll go into it. But again, it's pushing that late of the call. So we'll fucking let Brian make that call with the content going over on PodChats. When it comes down to your guys' social medias, again, Brian's brought this up multiple times in the past. I know you guys have heard us say it as well. You cannot make a withdrawal from a bank account that you haven't been depositing into. All right. So the reason why I said, like, well, what's your question is because you said you wanted to come here for tough love. And that's always the funniest thing to me because I never give tough love to people who ask that because you don't need tough love. You just need to do the work. That's literally it. Like, you know what to do. You're like, I'm not doing enough talking videos. I'm not pulling enough emotion. I feel like I'm stagnant on social media. And then when I dropped a challenge, nobody reached out. And that's because they don't like you, know you, or trust you. And that's not rude. That's just facts. Individuals will not engage with you, buy off of you, join a challenge from you, or even accept anything free from you if they don't feel connected to you guys. Does that all make sense, everyone? That's what your social media is telling you. And that's why right away I laughed and was like, well, what is your question? Because before we even spoke, you started explaining things that you need to do on social media that you've been neglecting. Feel me?
Mm-hmm. I also feel like I had a mix of so I almost feel like I went from coaching pageants, right, for stage to now having, just women between 20s to 40s getting into best shape. And that has nothing to do with stage. And I didn't really need much exposure or advertisement for pageants. They were just reaching out because I have been in the industry and I have made some connections, right? And I've proven the results and everything. And now I'm pretty much transitioning to
Why?
all the females. I just found that a lot more women started reaching out to me because they have seen, the girls that are more public and they have seen the
Pause,
results.
pause. So what you just said, I'm gonna say something, and I either need a yes, Cole, that's what I'm saying, or no, Cole, that's not what I'm not, because this is something that I'm hearing, and this is where you might get tough love from me. So you are posting up your girls killing it, your pageant girls. You are getting clients from that without even trying. They were reaching out to you. And then when you started getting lifestyle clients reach out to you with the results, you got these clients, you're like, oh, dope. Now let's change up all my fucking content for these people. Is that what you just said?
I also think maybe it sounded like it. That's definitely not what it is. I think when I was doing in-person coaching, there were also a lot more local ones. So it was a lot easier to advertise because they knew how to find me, where to find me. So it was just that. And now with online exposure, since I joined the academy, right, started doing so much more, posting so much more. Maybe not the talking months yet, but so much.
I'm going to flip this. I'm going to pause. I have a question for you. I'm going to ask you point blank. What are you not doing that you know you should be doing? You said your challenge isn't getting engagement, and I feel like you're here for tough love.
Okay, I'll tell you.
What are you not doing that you should be doing? Tell me right now.
A couple things. Community, like a free community, right? So I do have a Facebook group, but okay, Facebook is not kind of like it. I don't know how many use Telegram. Same story. So pretty much free community, free value, right? And maybe I'm always sitting between like giving tough love to people, like calling them out, advertising a little bit more, kind of like Cole style, right? Sometimes I want to just go and like speak as is. Like, dude, if your shoulders are smaller than your belly, you need to lose weight. And women, if your belly is bigger than your hips and you're not pregnant, you need to lose weight. Like, you need me. Or go to the mirror, stand there naked. Do you like what you see? If the answer is yes, amazing. If no, you have body goals. Like, pretty much you need to go and work on yourself. But I also want to be that like big sister, you know, very caring, very supportive. And so I've always been in the middle. So right now I feel like I'm looking for that one line of how my behavior, how I want to be as a coach, how I want to show up on social media. It's always like an in between.
I'm going to say one word, write this down. Authentic. Authentic. Sometimes you guys will come to me and you'll get a nice hug, and sometimes you guys get a bitch slap. It depends on my mood. And depends what you're saying, right? Also, it's funny because most people think Cole's a little dinky, but he's not. He's probably a little bit nicer than me. On social media, he looks fucking more rude than I am, but I think I'm actually the more savage one if you get to know us a little bit closer. Authentic. You're not one or the other, you're both. But if you're too vanilla, you're vanilla as fuck, and you're just walking down the middle, you're like afraid to say the wrong thing to piss somebody off. Listen, Masha, I'm going to fucking tell you the truth because this is what you came here for. You know what the fuck you need to do, okay? You don't need mine or Cole's advice on how to fill a fucking challenge. Let's be honest. You don't. You've hit $10,000 multiple times. Am I right or right?
Yep.
You don't fucking need me or Cole to give you advice on what to do. You know what the fuck to do. You came here because you need the truth. And the truth is you know what the fuck you're doing wrong. So write down a list and start fucking doing it.
Thanks.
There you go. Brian gave it to you.
That's perfect. Also,
All right.
I really like your episode on loyalty, and I re-listened to it maybe 3 times. I always
Cool.
listen to the podcast as I train, and there was like so many things, and I always like take notes and I try to like interpret it to my clients, to our coaching calls. So there is so much value every single time.
I want to start seeing some fucking bitch slaps from Masha on social media. I want to scroll past one of your posts and I'll be like, oh, fuck. That's what I'm saying. Go watch Cole's Southwest Airline video and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I saw this.
Exactly. So if
I
you
saw
resonate
it.
with that shit and you feel like connected to that style of content, your fucking turn. You don't have to do Southwest
so good.
Airline.
I'm
Just
like
start.
always afraid to hurt people's feelings, but I also realize that like this is in our power. Like this is what we are here for. Yeah, sure, I can give you the glutes and the abs and whatever, but like how the fuck do you not want to just live a better life and do better for you? And why do you get to get away? Like this country, at least this country, I'm in America, right? And well, Canada is probably the same, is too forgiving, too soft on anyone who is just unhealthy.
So stop fucking talking to me and Cole about it because we don't give a fuck and go talk to social media.
I heard you. Thank you. Yes.
So that's great. I'll see you on your newsfeed. All right. I will give a fuck when you post about that on social media.
Thank you. I'll be on time next time.
All right. I'll talk to you
Brian,
soon.
did you get the videos back from our editor with the batch filming that we did?
Yeah.
Cool. You want to pull it up and play the one where I threw the Starbucks cup? I think that'd be a great way to end this podcast so we could just hear the audio.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to lie. If I need to tell one more student or one more person to talk in front of the camera utilizing their voice, I'm going to punch myself in the fucking face.
It's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. This is the thing.
Okay, I'm just going to put this out there.
It's going to happen.
The next person that makes me say that, buckle the fuck up.
Bro,
I'm
it's
just
going to
put that out there.
You know what's funny? Okay, who were we talking to about fucking business coaching reels? Who the fuck? We just had that conversation. I don't know who it was. We were just talking about business coaching reels. The reason I'm fucking bored of doing business coaching shit is the same fucking. You guys know what the fuck to do, all right?
Yep.
It's fucking. You're just looking for a different way to say it.
All right, let's see it. Let's find that video we did. I think it go up a bit. I think it's that one right there where I'm almond milk right there. Click it.
Where? Oh.
Bottom left. Everybody, just listen to this.
Okay, wait. Okay, ready? Everybody ready?
If I see one more 3 tips to help you lose weight video, I'm gonna punch myself in the fucking face.
You might as well go to Starbucks and order the same basic bitch almond milk latte like everybody else.
Creating content that goes viral is about standing out from everybody else.
So share your fucking opinion and speak about things that you actually care about.
There you go. Done. Ding, ding.
That's how we end the podcast. Masha, when you fucking do that video, please share it with me and Cole. We'll be waiting. All right, y'all. Have the best day ever. We love you guys. Shameless plug. If you guys aren't coming to fucking WealthCon yet, I will find you and I will fucking buy you an almond milk latte. Only if you come though. All right? Take it to my bio. Let's fucking go.
Peace.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.